Hi, I'm Mike Villar. I'm running for Allegan County Prosecutor. I am going to do a series of videos for you, and in this video I'm going to talk about the staggering incompetence of the current prosecuting attorney. The prosecuting attorney that is current now came into office in about 2018. In the last 6 years, what has happened is her budget has almost doubled, while she's lost 17 career prosecutors, and in addition to that, she's losing over 4/5 of her district court cases. She's only winning less than 20% of the district court trials. And the typical prosecutor's office usually wins more than 85% of their trials. In addition, she's only winning about half of her circuit court trials. So what we've done is we've seen a staggering increase in her budget, while the results that she's obtained have plummeted dramatically from the previous prosecutor. And part of what I'm trying to do is educate people, because I'm on the inside all the time. I see what's going on in the courthouse. And for most people that are just average citizens, they don't see what is going on. I see the staggering waste of time, the waste of resources, and what has happened in our county is that really, while she's claiming to be very tough on crime, four out of five defendants in district court walk away without any penalty. And I think that is something that has to change in our community. I had someone ask me, why is it important to know that 17 assistant prosecutors have quit? Well, the reason is in the 25 years prior to my opponent coming into office, 4, maybe 5 prosecutors had quit, just to quit. And for the most part, we had career assistant prosecutors. They would be here for years and years and years. When my opponent got elected, what has happened is all 8 assistant prosecutors that were there when she was appointed have now quit. Now, they haven't quit law. They're now prosecutors in other counties. They've gone to other places doing the same thing. So what they've done is they've left here, and then the people that have replaced the original 8 have also gone. So now we've lost 17 assistant prosecutors in a period of 6 years. And what that means in terms of how it affects the overall efficiency of your office is that when you have prosecutors who have been here 10 and 12 and 15 and 20 years, they have institutional knowledge. They know all of the judges, they know all of the police officers, they know all of the defense attorneys, whether they're good or whether they're bad, what they're inclined to do, how they negotiate. It's a huge amount of institutional knowledge that has been lost. And even she can't gain that institutional knowledge because the people that are replacing the people that quit are also quitting. So what that does is it creates what has happened. You have a 20% win rate of district court trials. Why is that? Because you have inexperienced prosecutors who haven't had the training, who haven't had the experience, and they're losing case after case after case. Now that you couple with the fact that when she came into office, her budget in 2018 was $1.2 million. Her budget in 2024 is $2.1 million. In fact, she's been approved for 11 assistant prosecuting attorney positions. There are only 8 filled, and she cannot fill the other positions. And I think it's because people have realized that it's not a great place to work. In 2020, I wrote an editorial, and in that editorial, it was entitled The High Cost of My Opponent's Ambition. And in that video, I indicated that she was going to clog up the courts and the dockets so that Allegan County could create a new judgeship. All the surrounding counties, the crime rate has gone down. We are alone, a little island in the Sea of West Michigan, where felony charges have increased by 52%. And so it's something, you can't just explain it with being tough on crime. It is hard to believe that 52% more felonies occur in Allegan than any county surrounding us, which are similar in demographics to us. Now, you might ask, why would that happen in Allegan County? Is there some kind of motive for this happening? Between 2011 and 2015, Allegan County generally charged about 500 felonies in circuit court. So if you look at the number of charged cases in those years, we've now doubled that. So if you double the amount of circuit court cases that are felonies, and you still have 2 judges as you had before, it only makes sense that the court docket gets extremely crowded. Then if you put the 2 points together, where we have increased number of felonies for 2 years, with the circuit court judge asking for another judgeship, Then what I'd ask you to think about is this. Marge Baker was a prosecutor in Allegan County, and she became judge. Rob Kingus was the elected prosecutor in Allegan County, and Governor Snyder appointed him judge. So who would have the inside track if another judgeship was created in Allegan County? Of course, it would be Myrene Cook. So there might be a motive for her to actually increase charges for 2 years or 3 years to enable herself to politically gain by that, by becoming the next circuit court judge. It would create a backlog of cases which would have the Board of Commissioners then approving a new judgeship for Allegan, and now they have. So what's going to happen, I predicted it 4 years ago, they're currently working on the Allegan County Courthouse to add a new circuit court at a cost of $7.8 million. In addition, they're going to have to pay a portion of the judge's salary, which usually runs about $300,000 from what I understand. And they also have to hire a court reporter and a law clerk for that judge. So those are costs that I predicted 4 years ago. Now we're incurring them. The orders top down are not to make any deals, to make everything go to court and everything go to trial. And they're taking cases that shouldn't go to trial, which is obvious by their failure to win the cases they take to trial. The result of that is now we have a $7.8 million renovation to the courthouse. We are committed to another judge's salary, another 2 more salaries for support staff. And all of this is coming from taxpayer money. We are paying for it all, and it was completely unnecessary, because in a future video I'm going to tell you about how the civil cases in circuit court have actually dropped by 500 cases a year in the last 10 years. So there is no massive glut of cases. There actually caseloads have gone down, but it's been manipulated to make it look like they're heavier because all of these criminal cases don't get resolved. So I predicted 4 years ago that my opponent was going to cost the county millions of dollars because of her ambition. And that has in fact come to pass. Her budget has gone from $1.2 million to $2.1 million in just a period of 6 years. So that has massively increased. At the same time, she's only winning less than 20% of her district court cases and a lot less of her circuit court cases, which is far below the average percentage of wins for prosecutors in Michigan. So what that means is the taxpayers of Allegan County are paying way more for less. Then you add a judge at $300,000 to $325,000 or $350,000. That's that much more money. Then you add 3 new prosecutors at $360,000, $350,000 a year. Then the support staff, I don't know how much that would be, but then you have jail staff, you have police officer staff, you have a multi-million-dollar renovation to the courtroom. So it's a staggering amount of money, actually, and it's going on right now. So basically what I believe is that Myrene Cook is using the system in such a way that it's benefiting her and her alone.